What's up, guys? Coach Kevin Maynard here. So join me for this core challenge here today. Very short, and each move we're going to stay in for about 60 seconds. So with these first two movements here, as we come down to the floor, we're stretching the hip flexor and the psoas muscle. The psoas muscle, if you're not familiar, inserts or originates, I should say. The psoas originates from the base of the spine, just on the inside of the spine, and then it inserts to your leg. So sometimes this muscle can be the cause of lower back pain. And so stretching it out a little bit before you train your abs can maybe limit some of the potential for the lower back to hurt as you train your abs. Just a thought, just mixing it right in there to get things started here. We're just going to be holding for another 15 to 20 seconds and just really making sure we let those hips sink forward as we're stretching out that psoas and hip flexor before we move on to our next move. Let's do that. Getting this circuit started with some low plank hip drops. So we're going to have our elbows in front. We want to make sure we keep those elbows right underneath our armpits. And when we go to reach from side to side, it doesn't really matter how far you reach, as long as you feel those obliques as you come back up, and as long as you're not dropping your hips and sinking and sagging through the center. So you'll notice as I rotate, I'm really just pivoting my hip girdle. I'm not dropping my hips down too much, meaning like sagging from the belly button down to the floor. We don't want that. That's a little too much extension through the lower back. So we want to just make sure we rotate at the hip and enjoy this feeling as we're trying to wake up the deep core with this movement here. All right, so we've got our next move coming up in about 5 seconds. Finish strong. Taking it up a notch now, we're going to come onto our backs. We're going to have option one here. I'm going to show you with your hands underneath your lower back as we do this lowering leg scissor. You want to make sure that you're pressing into those hands to support your back, and then maybe only go halfway down like I did here. And so if you want to make it harder, you're going to go lower with those scissors, okay? And then to make it harder still, you're going to take your hands away from supporting your lower back and continue to press the lumbar spine into the mat in order to make sure that we've got the right muscles contracting to stabilize the lower back as we lower those long limbs. We're really challenging the lower back with this exercise. I'm sure you're burning already. And we're almost done in 4. Push, push, push. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. Next up is just reaching for the sky here. Our second to last move here is just a nice burn for the front of the rectus abdominis, or those visible bits that people like. So what you want to do here is make sure that your arm bones don't reach forward. You want your arm bones to be reaching up the whole time, straight up to the ceiling, in fact, so that we are creating like a longer lever, essentially. You'll also notice that I'll cradle my head if my neck starts to get tired, or if I have a habit of tucking my chin down too much. We don't want to close the space when we do the crunch. We don't want to close the space between the chin and the chest. We don't need that. I like to try to keep the chin and chest space as big as possible so that I can A, make a longer lever, B, train these muscles here to get stronger over time, and really isolate those abs even more. All right, moving on to our final move. Right, a little combo move, a bit of fun here. For our final move, we're going to do 2 shoulder taps and 5 climbers. Okay, so you keep that pace, whatever pace makes sense for you, but first start by tapping one shoulder, then the other, and then give me 5 mountain climbers down the middle. You could do more climbers if it feels better for you. This just felt good for me, and I found that like this combo move was a really good way to wake me up, push myself, and finish with a little bit of a new or something slightly different than I might normally do. So let's keep pushing here another 20 seconds. Don't quit, okay? Even if you need to stop, hold that high plank position and don't give up. Stay in this the whole time. If you're really dying, you lower your knees, but you stay in that plank position for 10 more seconds, guys. You got this. This is it. This is the last thing, and then you get to get back to your day. The sunshine maybe as it's shining here in BC. 4, 3, and 2, and time. Nice job.